Summer on the beat, oh get up and shake your cheeks.
Hello and welcome to The Middle is Open. Abel Carrillo here, along with Anthony Espeline.
What's up, guys, man?
Peter Carrillo.
Yes, sir. I'm actually trying to crack the code here, man.
All right, so, guys, I am smiling. You are smiling. Peter is smiling. I mean, we're all smiling. And you know what, guys? Today it's official. The beer is in our hands. Look at this. This is a thing of beauty. It's right in front of me. It's nice and cold. We've actually been icing this beer for about 3 hours now. And it's the Pacific Street Lager, guys. And it's made by Sun Brewing.
We did it.
In Canutillo, Texas. Huge shout out to our boy, Dave. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm going to drink it right now.
Let's do it. Dude, that's delicious, man.
Dude,
Dave, wow.
I'm not just saying it because it's our beer. It's Dave's beer. He is a master. This beer is totally refreshing. Has great taste. I mean, Peter, if you are going to describe what this beer is, how would you describe it?
You know what? Initially, when I took a drink out of it, I was like, okay, you know, you're kind of nervous. Your picture's on the beer. You want it to taste good.
Moment of truth.
And it had a beery taste, but it wasn't like too strong. It wasn't overwhelmed. But the first thing I think we all said was it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys got hints of it. I just asked Dave if there was some kind of fruitiness to it, or am I just tasting it?
There's a sweetness.
Yeah, there
it.
is I said fruitiness, but some kind of sweetness to it. I just messaged him. I don't know if he's gonna keep it a secret.
No,
I mean, whatever the case, I am satisfied with the way it came out.
Dude,
hell yeah.
We were saying prior to this, like, we're all beer drinkers, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, if it was good, I mean, I've had Dave's beers before, so I knew it wasn't gonna just be like he just threw it together.
Oh no.
But if it was good, we were saying, oh man, I'll buy this for myself. I'm from now on, I'm just gonna drink this. It's gonna be our official studio beer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have parties at my house and just say, hey, here's my beer. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I think I found one of my favorite beers, and I love all beer.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never been happier in my life.
It's just cool, dude.
Like,
maybe we're biased. Like, somebody else comes in, they're like, nah, I don't like your beer, but
Fuck you if you don't like our beer.
I think Dave over at Sun Brewing did freaking badass, dude.
Man.
Well, that was one of the things when he had mentioned that he was going to make a beer and he was going to name it after us. We're like, nah, like, I mean, it's one of those things, like, it's kind of like, you know, when you're younger and you're going to graduate and then that day comes and you're about to walk the stage and you're like, I still can't believe it. Like, that's how I was. Like,
it was your graduation moment.
Yeah. Like, I know Dave is a man of his word, you know, but now that it's actually here in front of me, cold, hitting my lips, like, I am like the happiest guy alive right now.
Well, I think I said this on an earlier podcast where I was like, I always knew I would end up on a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Like, almost like a milk carton. Like, have you seen this person?
Twisted Pete.
But I was going to come out on a bottle of beer. I believe so. Like, since I was little, I always believed it. I believe I told my 4th grade teacher that I was going to.
You know, it was funny because last year when we were doing the patio shows, the patio studio shows, last summer, pandemic, we drank a lot of one beer in specific, like one beer, and we would talk about it all the time, like, this is our beer, this is our beer. But the reality was it wasn't our beer. We're never gonna be on that can, you know?
Right.
And 1 year later, we have our own beer. Like, dude, I put a
I gotta hit that.
I put a post that said, like, a lot of people can celebrate the birth of a child, like one of the best feelings in your life, but very few can celebrate the birth of a beer.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I like
I
that
want
too.
that on my tombstone.
Yeah, like, and I'm not like bad mouthing the people that have kids. Like, I'm not calling those people
What do you
out.
say?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
I am saying, like, very few people can celebrate the way we are celebrating today.
Well, it's no wonder that Dave loves what he does, because he creates
Dude.
his beers. You know, he gets to kind of experiment with his flavors, come out with a beer, then serve it at his place, and then later on distribute it to other places. So whenever your name, like anything, your name's attached to anything, anyone that comes up with a brand of some kind, your name's attached to it. So us just being on the bottle, we're like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
we're on, we're big time now, you
Yeah.
know. So it's awesome. Shout out to Dave, man.
Dude.
Dave did awesome. I really hope that he'll give us the opportunity to buy more beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
From
about to
him.
take my work truck and back up
I mean,
and fill it
he
up.
gave us these, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm willing to buy it.
Yeah.
And I know,
Dude.
like, I've already had a bunch of messages because we put a post.
Yeah.
They're like, where can I buy it?
Yeah.
And I was telling Dave
When's it
that,
going to
and he's
Vista?
like, of course, as a businessman, you don't want to like make something that's not going to sell.
Of course.
But I believe we can make this sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all going to be like,
Dave, if you're listening,
Dude.
we're all going to be Dave's salesman soldiers. We're just going to be out there
Oh,
like
yeah.
selling
Yeah.
the beer, like Pacific Street Lager.
Yeah,
Like, you
too
go-
bad my grandpa wasn't at Kano still, because I'd...
man,
He's
tell
selling
him
them
to
out.
buy another bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Well, no, I was gonna say, man, like, beer's one of those things that's like, it gets overlooked. I think, like, it makes memories. Like, how many great stories do you have?
Oh,
It's based off of, oh man, remember that time we were drinking this or we were drinking that?
Yeah.
It's making memories, man. I mean, like, and what better way with our own beer? Like, dude, I mean, come on, man. Like,
I kind of want to like
that's epic.
the friends that we know, the people that we know from this neighborhood, because I put a post and I said this beer is for dedicated to all the people in the neighborhood. Like you said, memories. First of all, that was before we
Yeah.
drank.
yeah.
But I mean, it's just the friendships you build. I mean, we all know pretty much everyone in this neighborhood. How cool would it be if we like found out where they are now and like sent them a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Pacific Street Lager.
Like this
Like,
is
I was thinking,
like
w-
even the lady across the street that hated us.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go
And
beer
she-
her house.
And she's still there, I believe, right?
We just drop it off like the milkman. We just put it in front of like
Just ring the doorbell
Yeah.
and run.
Like, here's another thing. Like, we grew up in this neighborhood. This is our neighborhood, right? The church that we went to,
We
St.
go to the
Jude's.
church and give it to
Yeah.
the priest.
The Saint church we went to, St. Jude's.
They hold a
They
mass
used
and
to
stuff.
always have a kermesse, and they were like sponsored by
Tecate and Bud
Tecate,
Light.
Bud
Yeah.
Light, other beer companies. And it's like, now you have your own beer.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jesus.
How many neighborhoods have their own beer?
Exactly. Like,
I know.
this
It's
isn't
epic, bro.
this
This
isn't
is
just
epic, man.
a podcast beer. This isn't
Dude.
just our beer. This is for all the people that grew up on Pacific, Atlantic, Hidden Way. Like Peter was saying, this is our neighborhood beer.
Yeah. I'm going to have a fridge full of these for sure.
This is for all the people that thought it couldn't be done.
What if we had a fridge in the studio and every time we had guests,
Yeah, dude.
it's like we give them a beer too?
Yeah.
I just want people that are at home right now listening to this on their phones or on their TVs or whatever, seeing it on YouTube. You too can make great things happen.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like Rocky.
yeah, man. This is
If I
a
could change,
Well,
you could change.
this is a true underdog story.
Well, definitely. I mean, with how much Dave has supported us, I think all of our supporters should definitely support him as well.
Yeah.
I know he's got a grand opening coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's having something on the 5th, but that's his anniversary. He's not
Gonna be
officially
open.
opened
Yeah.
yet, but I know once he opens, we've been in talk and everything. I would love to have some kind of like grand opening. If we could do something remote there, that'd be awesome. Do a live from there. There's just so much, and I mean, you guys met him, and the people that do know Dave, they all say good things. He's probably one of the most generous
Great guy.
people. Like you go over there many times, and he'll start sharing food with you. He'll start cooking, and a lot of his cooking items are in his cookbook that he had. That he was here a couple of months ago talking about his cookbook as well. And I mean, it's so cool because I saw him at the beginning of his, not at the beginning of his career, but I saw him at a point where he was kind of kicking things off, and to see him grow into what he has, he's got a new location, a better location, I believe.
Yeah.
He's got a good following, bigger space, more equipment.
Here's the thing. This guy is passionate. And like when I say he's passionate, like he is investing everything he has, his blood, sweat, and tears, his money, everything into what he is doing with Sun Brewing. Like this guy, I went to go pick up the beer today, and he was explaining to me everything he is doing, the renovation project, the beer, the way he develops stuff. Like he's got so much pride in what he is doing.
Well,
like,
it's like one of those things. I was explaining this to my wife the other day. I was saying how, so kind of backtrack a little. We went to Ruben, who was here on the show, and Ruben was like, "Hey man, thanks for coming out." You know, like, and he wanted to show us his truck. He brought out food and everything, and she's like, "How do you know him? Like, really?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh man, we go back to when I was in radio and all this, and then we just became friends. And then he went on this venture of his, and right before we left, he was like, "Hey, you've always been there for me," and I thought that was cool. And she was like, "I noticed he said that." And then with Dave, it's kind of the same thing. Like I was saying how Dave isn't someone that's there to make huge money. Of course, you want to make a living, and he's making a living off of what he loves to do. But he's there, like when you see him interacting with the people that are there around him, the people that go to his place, he's engaged with them. He talks with them. He's there. He sits down and he feeds them.
He's a good host.
Yeah, he likes to see people happy.
He's not a bartender at a chain restaurant that's just like, "Oh, here you go."
He's not working for tips or anything.
Exactly.
And then when he came here, one thing he told us was, "I like what you guys are doing. I like what you guys stand for." And I guess he sees a little bit of what he does in us at times. Because I think everyone we've brought in, we've become friends. We try to support them. We try to
Definitely.
you know, and vice versa. They try to support us, and it just becomes a friendship almost. And that's one thing. We have a passion for doing this, but do we make money? If anything, I think we're in the red, or Anthony's in the red.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a passion that we have.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we relate with Dave, is he has this passion, and unless I like to think everybody's passionate about something, some people bigger than others, but he's living his passion, you know, like you get to do that. We get to live our passion doing this. So I just think it's a great merger, and like I'm so grateful that he came out with it. And like you said, he's a man of his word. He told us it was gonna happen. He came out, and like.
And we didn't ask for it. We really didn't even ask for
Yeah.
this. Like he offered, you know, like that's the type of guy he is, man.
Here's the thing that I want to mention. I really do want to mention this. He brought this to us, no strings attached.
Yeah. Like he didn't say promote me.
No strings attached.
Yeah.
He came to us, said this, that he was gonna do it just because, like everything Peter just said right now. But like, when I say this is a man of his words, like a man of of integrity, of like, you know, like, gosh, man.
Such an interesting dude, though, too. I mean, check out his episode. I think it was episode 14, season 2. He talked a little bit about, you know, his past and stuff, and he's just very well-rounded, very talented guy, man. Just down to earth.
Very intelligent, dude. Intelligent. Like, guys, I really want people to go out, and when Dave does get Sun Brewing up and going again, I really, if you're listening to this podcast, I really want you to go down to Ganaptio, down Donovan. He's right there. You can't miss him. Sun Brewing. He's got this big, beautiful lettering saying Sun Brewing and everything, go down there and support him. Like, support the guy, because you're not gonna come across a guy that makes delicious beer and as nice as him.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if the address is correct here because I know he has another location close by, but it's 7153 Donovan Drive in Canutillo, Texas. He's not open yet, but as soon as he's open, man, I definitely think all of our supporters should go there and
dude, I tell you what,
man. Show him some love.
Like, if you're gonna go show him some love, buy his cookbook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Dude, I've been trying to, like, it's summer. Abel knows I live on the grill in the summer, man.
Yeah.
And so do you,
Yeah,
Anthony. Anthony, when he's not working
it's
200
that,
hours
it's that time of
every
the year,
2
man.
weeks, he's on the grill. But dude, I've been on the grill. But some of the stuff he has, it's like, I mean, he gives pinpoint, ingredients on everything. But damn, I'm like, man, where do you get that? One of the craziest things I remember eating though at his place, he made the chicken claw things. Do you remember? You know those chicken claws? They sell them like.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Dude, and you're all just munching on them, like.
Are they good, man? Dude, I gotta go.
Well, I mean,
man.
it's more like it's just like a. They're not
Appetizer?
bad. Yeah, it's kind of like a pig's foot.
It's
like you just kind of chew on
like
it.
a delicacy.
Well, because there's not real meat. It's almost
Yeah,
like you're eating nuts, almost like.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's kind of one of those, like Peter said, like a pig's foot or like colitas, like turkey tails, or it's not something that is the norm, but it's something like, or frog legs, or like.
I think the fact that you're eating claws, like,
Yeah.
they look like claws. And
It's even like when you go to the Chihuahuas and you get the crickets.
yeah.
Like, it's one of those, but it's good.
It's just gonna be awesome. Like, I can't wait to like have like family gatherings and stuff, and just like a whole like ice
dude.
chest full of your
Okay,
beer. Like,
so
dude, how fucking sick
I'm
is
glad
that?
you brought that up, because right now Alex Rodriguez, he was nice enough to bring the roller girls over, the roller derby girls, and they were like, when
they
you
were
get your
cool as
beer,
hell, yeah.
they were awesome. One of our like favorite guests
For
on
sure.
this show.
They
For
were
sure.
cool.
They were badass girls, like awesome girls. But they were like, when you get your beer, you need to invite us for a party. Because I know we've always talked about like
Like a block party.
like doing a
Yeah.
block party. And
Yeah,
Peter
yeah.
mentioned like when we get our beer, we're going to do a block party. I said Anthony's going to start his own church, and instead of giving wine, he's going to give us our beer and this and that. Like, but the girls, the roller derby girls,
I
they're
really
like,
want to have a block party up at the park.
Dude.
yeah, no. And I was thinking, I don't know if we could drink at the park though. I mean, we've
The
always
cop's gonna come and we walk back to the house.
We'll just hand him our beer and tell him, settle down there.
Hey,
Settle down there, have a
you
beer.
know what we're drinking here. No, but we need to get the roller derby girls here. We need to do a party, man.
Yeah, we need to have a party. of
Like,
all the
we
guests
really
and
need to
stuff.
do
well,
a
when's
party.
our third season?
It is
anniversary
coming
third year?
up, man.
Yeah, it's July 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it 29th?
29th, man.
You
No, I don't know. Or July 15th. Or August. I don't know. Honestly, Anthony, you got to
Okay.
look
we,
it up.
we gotta look it
July
up. man.
14th?
We don't even know when our birthday was.
I don't know. But-
Give me one sec here. Scroll down.
It is
7/17. So it's on the 17th. That was our first episode. 7/17/19.
July
What,
17th.
what do you
Yep.
think about the name Pacific Street Lager?
Dude.
Dude, Pacific, dude.
Well, yeah.
Where you
but
from?
Like
Pacific.
like an outsider coming in, even people that
Dude.
are from El Paso, they don't know
Here,
Pacific.
like,
But, like, the people from the West
yeah,
Side
yeah.
know
When we
Pacific.
grew, like, it's one of those, like, here on the West Side. Where are you from? Pacific.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if you grew up on Panama or Atlantic
You said Pacific.
or Arroyo or
Yeah, 'cause
wherever.
we grew up on
You were
Pacific.
like-
Pacific Park.
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're like Pacific, and oh shit, okay.
You know who are some of the people you remember? Like, do you ever wonder like where they're at now?
Forest.
Forrest
Where are
lives
you?
in like Dallas, I believe.
That's the only one I don't know where he is anymore.
OJ lives over here.
Yeah, he was in Cincinnati, came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually lives close to on the west side, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Ruben and Frankie from up there on Atlantic.
Dude, shout
by the
out
park.
to another Pacific boy.
Luis,
Shout out to another Pacific boy, Matthew.
this one's for you,
He
buddy.
just got married.
Matthew Rosales
Rosales.
Yeah.
He just got married
Yeah.
yesterday.
yesterday.
Congratulations,
Hey, man,
Matthew.
Cheers,
Yeah,
cheers,
Cheer-
cheers.
cheers to Matthew.
Ah,
Your boy from the neighborhood. Cheers to you, man.
Yeah.
Junior.
Junior Rosales.
Rest
one
in
of the,
peace, Luis.
What was that?
Luis, man, he got eaten by the dog, man. The beast,
Oh,
man.
A beast.
Shit.
Couldn't pickle the beast. He got eaten.
Marcos.
Marcos. Yeah.
Marco's still in the block, man.
Yeah.
Does he still lives there?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I see him. Let
Fucking-
me get him in here.
Christina
Christina-
Sanchez.
Christina and EJ and
Yeah.
EJ. Fucking
Renee or Renee.
Joe.
We show.
Wisho.
Oh,
and
shit.
Roman.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
show Roman.
Wow, man. Shout out to you
Fucking-
guys, man.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
We did it, guys.
Gabriel. Jesus.
We got our own beer.
Yeah. Like, dude, this is for all of you
And
guys,
then
man.
there's some that
How about one of our guests, Ray Ariola, bro?
Yeah,
Ray,
Ray.
man.
Ray, dude, one of the best musicians out there.
From the
Yeah.
block.
and he's on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
KLEQ.
and a great salesman as
Great
well.
salesman.
But
Dude,
like,
this bud's for you.
no, this street lager is for you, Pacific Street Lager, dude. Like, so many
It's good, man.
people, so many
I'm almost done.
legends come out of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
All the people that went to church with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, shit, dude.
Jesus.
Jesus,
Shout out to Jesus.
we worshipped you, man.
gonna be
Remember we used to
possible.
go to the reservoir? Now it's like a botanical garden or something.
Yeah.
But when we were little, we saw it raw, dude. They were like the cranes from North American crane would
Yeah.
land there.
Coyotes and
Yeah, and we used to hunt jackrabbits and
Yeah.
shit.
And Joe, remember
Yeah,
Joe
Joe.
had a three-wheeler?
on his 3-wheeler that
was the
totally
most dangerous,
totally
the
illegal.
most
Yeah.
dangerous thing in
number
the world.
one killer of kids right there.
Shout out to Marcos's older brothers for like leaving Playboys in the desert, like,
Whoa.
and we used to like always go out there and when we were kids. No,
Pre-digital age.
yeah, true.
Hard copy.
Hardcore.
But it's
I mean,
I don't know, man. It's just
Yeah.
awesome to have your own beer.
ah, dude,
Like, I know we sound like fanboys. We're like, oh, Sun Brewing.
dude,
and
it's
everything,
sick
but-
though. Like how many people can say that?
I'm
I
Hey,
don't
down.
care.
okay, so kind of like move on. So
no,
Dave's-
never.
Dave-
We're never.
We
moving
literally
on.
came up with no topics for this episode except our
I
beer.
know, just a beer.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
So-
listening. This was the beer
So
special.
Dave's right off the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go fishing on the river
Mhm.
though.
That's true.
We should. The only thing is,
He was
so-
actually telling me like he's got a little pathway to the river.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the reasons he chose that location.
Nice.
But
Dude, that guy's living the life. I
yeah,
swear, man.
dude. Have you seen the river as of late?
yeah, it looks nice right
It's
now.
raging
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Like making
looks
your own
good.
beer, like right by the freaking river. You can fish whenever you want.
Well, they do.
Cooking out,
I know he
like-
does a tubing thing. Like he does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I've seen a lot of
Roasting a
people.
pig.
Like,
yeah,
dude,
he roasts
like,
the pig like the
like-
old,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
old-fashioned way, but but like he buries the pig and everything. Dude,
Dude.
he's done it multiple times over the years. Have you guys ever eaten a pig that was like roasted
No,
underground? and all
never.
that?
But
I know.
it sounds delicious.
Like a zombie pig
Zombie pig.
came from the ground.
that? Nah, man. But I'm
Man,
just-
Pat, I wish Pat was here.
Yeah, dude. Pat, another legend.
Well, of
Yeah.
course, Pat was like, "You're saving me one." Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. He put like, "Save me one," George Lopez voice or something like that.
It's
Take me
like,
some.
I mean, obviously, Pat's doing what he has to do
Yeah.
to,
Shout out to Pat.
you know, first of all, being a dad, and then second of all, he's pursuing his career, his dream,
Yeah.
which is awesome. That's what we're about.
That's what the Pacific Street Boys are all about, man.
Yeah.
So, I hope he's doing well. I know we missed him on Father's Day, but it's
Yeah.
because it was hard. Like he
Yeah.
came down, and it was Father's Day. Like we all wanted to.
Dude,
do-
I want to give a shout out to Pat because so New Mexico State put a picture of him playing like 18 holes, and everyone has like their little push cart with like their clubs and stuff. Dude, Pat had like seriously, he had the coolest picture. Like,
because
and
he's carrying his clubs.
he's carrying his clubs and he's pushing his daughter. Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, really?
sick.
Yeah.
Sick fucking picture. Sick picture. Like, if you want to know what a good dad looks like Patrick Espelin.
So proud of
Sick.
you, Pat.
Dude, sick fucking picture. That is seriously the coolest thing you've ever done. Like, everything you did on the show sucks compared to you pushing your daughter in her stroller and you carrying your clubs while playing golf the sport you love. Like, that is awesome, man.
Yeah.
So congrats to you. Happy Father's Day.
I know.
I
we
mean,
don't see him
we didn't
Yeah.
get to see you, Pat, but like definitely happy Father's Day. You deserve it. It was your first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we miss you. Here's to Pat, man.
Here's to
Here's to
Pat.
Pat.
Hey. Little guapito.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
I don't
And-
know, man. What's been up? I know this has just been
Dude.
the beer episode.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
we
no,
didn't really-
yeah, okay.
We didn't have like no substance to this.
No.
episode
Yeah,
at
I
all.
know.
We were just excited to taste our beer, man.
Dude, it's so fucking
tastes
good.
good,
It's so
man.
good.
I want more already.
Dude, for real? Like,
I feel like I'm gonna be like a crack fiend, like at Dave's door. Like, come on, Dave, come on, Dave, give me the beer. Come on, man. Just
No.
one more bottle.
yeah. All right, let's go around. Peter, what you been up to, man,
Um,
since not drinking this beer?
no, just enjoying my summer, really.
Yeah.
Since we're both, off on summer.
You know how you can enjoy your summer a little bit more?
I know
With
that's
a
how I
good
put the,
summer beer.
Yeah. All right. No.
Whether you're a golfer.
No, I've been
or-
watching
Sorry,
movies.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna
Oh,
go
we'll,
into
we'll,
the.
we'll
Alright.
do that next. We'll do
Yeah.
that next, but we'll go around the
Alright.
table. So basically, just watching movies, and then we were looking for a show to watch, like Yvonne and I, and
Uh-huh.
we, for whatever reason, I was like, I got on Netflix and we started watching Manifest.
Is that any good?
Do you know what it's about?
No.
That's
Something about planes.
Like the plane left from Jamaica, and then it arrived in New York, and it was
Oh,
5
and
years later.
yeah.
But for them, it was
What?
it was normal time. So
Oh
they had
shit.
been missing for 5 years,
Mind fuck.
but they got there like in their minds normal.
Were they
time.
older?
No.
They didn't
So-
age.
So they were
They didn't age
they
or
were in the
nothing. They stayed.
Bermuda Triangle?
So like,
Huh?
there was a twin,
That's typical. I was about to say that. Was there a twin?
kids,
Yeah.
and then like everybody moved on. Like they're imagine like you leave, and 5 years you're gone. Your wife would remarry.
That's
and
like
stuff like
that's
that.
like
Yeah.
Interstellar.
Yeah,
That's kind of like
it's kinda like,
that's kind of like Lost.
1800.
No,
or
not Lost.
1500 or whatever
Um,
it was called. That show.
Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah, but Castaway,
Cause like he was in love with
he
that
actually
with
crashed.
no, but he was in love with that girl, and then she ends up marrying some other dude.
I don't know, but well, going back to the show,
Alright.
they all come back and they're hearing voices and they call it the calling, and then it's kind of weird now. It's super weird.
Is it like The Leftovers? Did you ever see
kind
that?
of,
on
yeah,
HBO?
yeah. So it's similar, but it's a Netflix now. But we can't stop watching it. Like we're like, and then each episode you watch does not answer. It just brings more questions, and you're like, this is stupid, but you can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
So it's almost frustrating.
What was it called?
Manifest.
Manifest. All right. On
And then-
Netflix.
And then I started watching Game of Thrones again. So when
What
Yvonne
season?
gets tired, she falls asleep, and I watch Game of Thrones in episode.
Oh, okay.
I'm on season 2, episode 4. Dang. But
Dude,
it's crazy. I was telling Abel
I kind of want to see it
because
again.
I've seen the whole series already.
Yeah.
But as you watch it again,
Oh, you catch
so much
Mm.
more, and then it's like it flies. Like so, it happens so fast.
Yeah, because you know what's coming up, so
Yeah.
you're kind of like already.
But I mean, there's so much content in that. I think the season that has the least content is the last season.
No, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Look, okay. So when Game of Thrones first came out, and I saw it like through,
I don't
right?
know. I'm in season 2.
and then the last season, it was so hyped up, and then it felt like it was a letdown. I saw it again for the second time, like went through season 1 all the way to the very end. Dude, the last season's so fucking good.
Really?
So fucking good. It really is. But I think there was no way to actually...
Because they weren't going to satisfy everyone.
Yeah,
'Cause there's
exactly.
so
Because
much-
you knew it was going to end.
There were so many unanswered questions.
You knew it was going to end. So just knowing that the show was going to end...
It's
you
not going
weren't...
to end on your terms.
Exactly. And, dude, it's so fucking good.
Well, now looking back, did you ever see it, Anthony?
No, man, never
Dude.
saw it.
Dude, Anthony.
Dude, okay, look,
I've recommended so many
check
shows.
this out. You're gonna be so mad at me because the last thing I ever watched, like series wise, was like
Friends.
no, it was The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was good.
Dead.
But it got
sucks.
to that. It got to like, man,
Was the
that
same
part.
shit.
No, that part where they knocked off like everybody's head. Like, what's that one dude with the spiky bat?
Yeah.
After that, I stopped watching it really. But it's funny though,
because you look like Glenn.
well, it's funny because like you've been telling me like, oh, all this stuff fucked up. I just got that. You're telling me to watch something, and actually the one thing that I ended up watching was anime. I know you're probably not into anime. My brother got me into it. This
Really?
Like Dragon Ball Z?
No, Demon Slayer. They just came out with a movie. It was on theaters.
Naruto?
No, not Naruto.
I know
heard that one's
Demon
good too.
Slayer only because Jacob said if I could take him to the store so he could buy a Demon Slayer shirt for a girl that he likes.
Oh yeah, right? Dude, that's the thing right now.
Atta boy Jacob.
I found out my son is girl crazy right now.
Yeah.
Which
Well, he's at that
Well,
age,
yeah,
man.
dude.
Yeah, he is, but it's like
What? You didn't want him to like girls?
Already?
no, it's just
What?
like
Too
you
soon?
look back and you're like, damn,
Too soon.
Well, you're the old one.
he's almost
He's the perfect
Yeah.
age.
he's starting high school.
And he's tall, man. Like, I
yeah,
mean, come
dude,
on,
I'm
man.
telling you.
I'm
Like,
surprised they're not all over him now.
I've already told Jacob, don't worry about middle school. Don't worry about
Well,
high
yeah,
school.
because he gets all lovey-dovey. He wants to start buying.
College, man. College is where it's
Well,
at.
he's going to the early
One-
college.
One,
Yeah, well, there you go,
it's
man.
like 1, you're smart. 2, you're tall. And 3, you're not bad looking.
Yeah.
You're a Carrillo.
Yeah.
And 4, you're a Carrillo. So you got that.
Go get him.
Dude, yeah, man. Like,
I guess it's just because. Damn, where did it go?
Yeah.
and here's the cooler thing. Since, like, he's going to be doing the early college, he's going to graduate high school as a junior. Like, he's going to be a junior when he's done, right? So, shit, man. He's going to have 2 years of college rather than 4. Man, maybe you could have extended to 4. Peter's like, fuck no. He could have extended to 4.
He can do whatever he
And
wants.
he
He's
can-
paying for his own education. I ain't paying for that.
Nah, dude. Man, Jacob
Hey,
is
man.
one lucky dude.
How old is he?
He's 14.
14.
I mean, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
14.
Dude. Where has the time gone? We're a bunch of old farts.
How do you feel that this August you're going to have a college boy? Because technically he's a college boy.
Yeah. I just want him to. I mean, obviously, I want him to do well, but I also want him to not just stick with one thing. I want him to,
Enjoy the ride.
yeah, and expose himself to
Yeah.
different paths. Because, like, if you ask him what he wants to do, he's very narrow-minded at times.
Yeah.
He wants to leave El Paso.
No, but that's
which is good. but
that's good that he's got his mindset on something, because
Yeah.
here's another
Yeah, but
problem.
that
You don't want him to be like, I don't know.
yeah.
What do you want to do? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, he
you
knows,
don't want
but,
that.
But
You
let's
want
be
that
honest,
middle ground.
Your idea of what you're focusing on doesn't ever work out that way.
No.
And it's funny because I'm actually listening to so we're cheating.
Cheater.
Yvonne and I read, but we haven't been able to read.
Cheaters.
We do. But we haven't been able to read, so we did that Audible thing.
That's
Ah.
not reading, Peter.
I know it isn't. I feel like it's fake.
Hey, man, but you got to get info where, you know what I mean? Like,
So I've been
Peter's
reading,
doing Audible and he's still getting Spark Notes and shit.
no.
fast forwarding.
No, so I'm reading right now Population Wars, which is the lead singer from Bad Religion. He wrote the book.
Really?
Yeah, and he's a professor in all this. Like, he has doctorate degrees in geology and zoology and anthropology and all this. And he goes on to say why he believes that people shouldn't just expertise in one thing, in one field. He thinks they should have a broad band of experience in everything. So he's a huge believer in interdisciplinary studies. Like, he wants you to just kind of cover the whole spectrum. Like, instead of being good in just one thing and being narrow-minded, you might as well know a little bit of everything, you know? And he addresses that. It's a great book, Population Wars. It was pre-COVID, but some of the things he says at the beginning of the book kind of show how people would react during a pandemic. And looking in hindsight now, you're like, damn.
He was right.
Well, not right totally, because he was using the Ebola virus as an example, which was totally different than COVID, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was just, just very insightful. Then he gets real heavy scientific on, like, geology and all that stuff. So I'm barely on chapter 4, but it's it's been a good read, I guess you could, or good listen.
Good listen, huh?
But it's just because
does he do the voice?
You like that stuff? No, and that
somebody else,
dude. That's the downfall. But the guy
how do you feel about that?
The guy that reads the book, it sounds like the guy from Unsolved Mysteries. So I'm like waiting for the update. Like, have they done this? Have they done that? You know, like it's the Unsolved Mystery voice.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I like when the
yeah, that's cool too.
Yeah, when the writer actually narrates it. It's
well, see, that's one thing. Whoever's narrating, hopefully they can have the same way of thinking that the guy that wrote it
rather than just reading.
Because there's a lot of things that, like when I was going to school, I would write and I would say it a certain way. I would and like I knew how to.
But people take it out of context.
Yeah, I knew how to emphasize on certain paragraphs, sentences, words even. Somebody else that, like, if I was to show you, you would read it, even though you would follow the punctuation the way it's supposed to be read, you still wouldn't have that. You know? So, I'm not a fan of it when.
But again, if the writer has like a horrible voice that nobody wants to hear, probably have to hire somebody.
Yeah, but fuck, man.
Well, that's cool. So like, do you have a certain app you? Is it Audible? Audible.
It's cool, like when you're busy, because we're always doing something.
Are you a reader, Anthony?
I mean, I read a lot of stuff for work. There's a lot of descriptions and stuff I have to read, but not like
books.
No, not a novel or anything. It's been a while since I've read something like that.
I've never been a book guy, but I've always been an article guy. Like,
I'm more of a visual learner, so I like videos, how-to videos, kind of that kind of stuff, DIY stuff.
Yeah, you are a
Yeah, you are, dude.
DIY.
Yeah.
Do your
figure it out myself.
You're just that guy.
I mean, it's what I do for a living, so.
Yeah. No, but I've always been an article reader. Like, I like those features, those long features. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I've always, but like books, it sucks because I would be into it maybe like a quarter in, and then the middle, I'm like, ugh, this is dragging. And then toward the end, I either force myself to like try to finish, or I just like, fuck it.
It's like, when's this coming to movie?
Starting up's the hardest for me.
Starting up?
And
starting up is the easiest.
No, and then once I get engulfed, like, I don't want to stop.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, starting up, like, the first couple of pages, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. But once I get into it, it's like...
So, one of the things I wanted to bring up today, I was kind of like scrolling because, like Anthony said, we didn't really have a topic today for our show because we were so excited about our beer. But I was kind of like scrolling around and looking at things on the internet and blah, 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 blah. And I came across this thing that the old radio station that Peter and I used to work at, they do a lot of posting little articles by the DJs. They'll write like a little article on whatever, right? Little post. And I saw one today, and it talked about a local restaurant here in town that you go to certain businesses around El Paso, and it says like, now hiring, we'll pay you this much, or short staff, blah, 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 blah. Be patient with our staff, like, because we don't have, we're looking for employees and things. Well, one of the local restaurants here in El Paso, I think it was Corralitos or whatever, that steakhouse, they put a sign that said something quite controversial, to be honest. And I'm going to read it to you guys. And I want you guys to kind of give what your opinion is. So it says, sadly, due to the government handouts, no one wants to work anymore. Therefore, we are short-staffed. Please be patient with the staff that did choose to come to work today. And remember to tip. Remember to tip your server. They choose to show up to serve you. What do you think of that? And I'll start off with Anthony, and then we'll go to Peter.
I mean, for a while I was unemployed for about 2 years. I got laid off of this job that I was at before I got this one, and they laid everybody off, and I was on unemployment for about 2 years. And dude, like, I didn't want to go back to work because the amount of money I was getting sitting at home was worth more than what any job I could find. You know what I mean? So I kind of agree with what they're saying there, because I mean, shit, I'm guilty of it. Like I was on the government train, and I, you know, I don't know. I just think I agree with what they're saying. I think especially right now, I know a lot of people that got laid off, and luckily they were getting paid. But man, I mean, to sit at home and get paid almost the same wage you were getting while working, I mean, why would anybody want to go to work?
Yeah, but that's kind of so they're talking down. The tone is they're talking down on the workers that aren't working, like people that aren't working. That's obviously the tone, right? But in return, like what you just said, why would you go work at an institution or a place that's going to pay you less?
Yeah.
So it's like the people that are at home, it's not that they don't want to work. They just don't want to work for poverty wages.
True.
Why would you? Like,
yeah.
For the people that own, and this restaurant in question, or that we're talking about, is a well-off restaurant. It's always packed. It's expensive as fuck. You got to believe that the owners are wealthy for this institution. So you're paying people, well, I don't even know what it is as a server, but it's in the $2 range, and you live off of tips. Or yeah. I mean, if somebody could clarify. Yeah, I've never worked in the food industry.
Yeah,
not as a server. So if you're gonna get paid to something, and that's gonna fluctuate based on tips, because if they're busy or not, why would you commit yourself to a shitty place that pays shit? And then I know servers that get paid well because they get good tips.
Yeah,
at times. But your pay isn't steady.
Yeah,
it's not a salary. You're not guaranteed nothing.
Here's the thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I used to be a server, and I'll tell you right now where it was. It was at Village Inn. They didn't pay me jack shit. All right.
Maybe you
so
sucked.
No. I'm saying Village Inn.
But again,
wait, hold on. Village Inn didn't pay me shit. Okay. Like Peter was saying, the server has to go and make his own tips, because Village Inn. And I'm not just calling out Village Inn. I'm calling out all the restaurant industry. It's kind of like that one scene in Reservoir Dogs. Like, the businesses don't pay their servers. They pay them very little because they know that they're going to go out and make tips. So don't act like you're
taking a hit.
Like you're doing them a service, like, oh, we're going to pay them. Like, oh, these are our employees. We're going to pay them. They're in this little message of his. They say, like, to tip them. Like, don't forget to tip them, you know? Remember to tip your server. Why? Because we're not going to pay them. You pay them. It's not going to come out of Corralito, right?
But I mean, how much do you want them to pay him? The workers, though.
What,
what if there's not enough?
No. But what I'm saying is, it's not
livable wage.
It's not.
But see, the thing is, I don't think that job like that is a career, right? You don't retire.
A lot of people,
but it's not meant to be that. It's not meant to be that. Because you're stuck at a job that you can't get out of doesn't mean that the employer should help you get out of that.
So it's not okay.
It's not like I'm gonna hey, at career day I'm gonna be a server.
Hold on, it's not meant. Okay, hold on.
You fall into that.
Thank you for saying that. So it's not meant to be a career, but they do want you to work there.
Yeah, it's a revolving door. It's not somebody that's there for their whole life.
People that are holding out, like saying, I really don't want to work there because they're not going to pay me jack. I'm going to choose to work somewhere else. I'll take a hit for another week or two or another month or maybe 3 or 4 months because I'm not going to work there. I know my value. I'm going to hold out until I can find a career, not a job, not a revolving door. So that's
the goal, yeah.
So by this restaurant saying like, oh, these people are lazy and they don't want to work. That's not the case.
Maybe they found something better, or they're looking for something
that's
better.
Good.
Why would you go settle for something that's going to pay you shit?
Because like you said, this isn't a career. This is a revolving door.
But let's be honest.
I wouldn't expect you to live off of a
But let's be honest.
But like wage.
When's the last time you went to go eat out?
I can't answer that. It's been a long time.
What I'm saying is, for me at least, most of the times that I eat out, most of the people, and in this region, it's like that because El Paso is a service industry town. Most of the people in this town are service industry workers. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of tech jobs here. There's not a lot of professional jobs here. So what's left? For as big as our city is, the only jobs out there are service industry jobs. And so who that falls on, who knows? That's a talk for another day. But those are the only jobs that are there for certain people. So, yes, a lot of places I go, maybe it wasn't intended, but that's what's there. And they're the ones that are running it, and they're the ones that are taking these jobs and working a poverty wage.
And here's another thing.
I mean, it just dictates like where
my thing is, if Village Inn, look, let me just tell you this: if Village Inn was to pay their workers living wage, right? All those prices are going to go up. So when you go to Village Inn and it's $10 for $12 for a bowl of menudo, are you going to pay $12?
But
or are you going to be like, nah, but that's too expensive?
No. But they could do it by, we'll pay them, but don't tip them.
Okay, but don't tip. But then the prices are going to go up.
No,
everybody,
dude,
El Paso here. Come on, people complain about price all the time.
But
it's too expensive. It's too expensive.
No,
that drives the market.
What do you tip normally?
Man, if I'm usually by myself. When I go to lunch, I tip $5 if I'm by myself.
But like for a meal for like $10.
Oh, it's like I usually tip between 15 and 18%. That's what I tip. So depending on what I'm
terrible.
Usually if I'm by myself, my meal's like $10. I'm tipping.
What I'm
$5.
saying, if they are gonna pay their employees more, now the customer doesn't have to tip the server.
One thing I've seen recently at a lot of like service industry places is that they're starting to pay them minimum wage. And they still keep their tips.
I mean, I just feel like people want cheap things, but then they also want living wages. And it's like the two, it's a give and take.
Yeah, but people also want good service. So
if you're gonna great, that's why you go to a great restaurant, like an expensive restaurant. You're paying more, but you get great service.
But see, here's the thing: I've never understood.
If you go to Chico Tacos, you're not gonna expect to get A+ service. Like you're gonna get fucking sauce all over your goddamn tray.
So I've never understood the restaurant industry where owners are able to tip them not minimum wage, and then they can just say, well, you're going to get your tips. Whereas like if you work at, say, any other place, Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree, whatever, they're going to pay you the minimum wage, Well,
my understanding, I've never worked in the food industry, but if you don't make what the minimum wage off your tips, then you have to, they'll pay you the minimum wage since you didn't reach it with your tip. Yeah. That's my understanding. I don't know anyone that you've worked in the food service industry.
And see, like this is the thing. When I used to be a server, I went to work and I had to work for it. It's very, like Peter was saying, it's unsteady. You don't know what you're gonna make that day. And it's not that I wasn't working hard enough, but there were days that were better than other days, and it didn't matter how much money the store
Would you
made
wear your
that
Daisy
day.
Dukes?
It didn't matter how much store made that day. It depended on the people that would go and eat that day.
Okay, hey,
but again, if the prices are high, no one's gonna want to go eat, which means they can't afford. Like it's not a simple equation where it's just like they're the evil ones for not paying these people. It's not that easy. There's a whole lot of different factors that factor into why.
Okay, but I'm saying,
like, I worked roofing. It was a shitty job. I busted my ass, and I'm like, the first thing I said, I don't want to do this no more. I'm gonna go find something else.
So like, okay, that's fine. This business can have their opinion and everything, but we're gonna also have our opinion on why people don't want to work there.
I think that's the wrong part. I think that's the part where we all agree is how they said it. Right?
Here's the thing.
It was very disrespectful.
Here's the thing. A lot of people that did, all of a sudden, get put on unemployment. A lot of them did have good jobs where they felt they were getting paid a livable wage, or a comfortable wage. Okay.
But again, if they're going to match that,
no. So then, those jobs, because during the pandemic, a lot of these businesses did suffer. Yeah. And those jobs no longer exist. So these people that are on unemployment, and I'm not saying all of them. I am not saying there aren't people out there that aren't taking advantage of the system. But don't say that the people that are unemployed at this moment are taking advantage of the system, because it's not all of them. Just the same way people say, oh, well, not all cops are bad cops. Well, not all people that are unemployment are bad people.
Yeah.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like, don't come with that bullshit. Like here you are serving the people. You're gonna give them food. You're a family industry, whatever. I don't know them, but then you're gonna fucking call out your customers, or you're gonna make a little fucking jab at them. Like, come on, man.
Do you think that
that's
was more
bush
directed at the people that were unemployed, or do you think that was more directed at the government for giving the employment so high?
They're just being stupid. They're being fucking funny.
They're being controversial, which is helping in their favor because everybody's talking about Corralitos. This is the part where it's like it's by them saying something controversial.
I don't even think it was meant to be controversial. I think it was meant to be more funny.
I thought it was a jab at the
funny.
government.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was a jab at people.
I don't
think
think
it
it's
was-
government.
I really think it was just it was meant to be funny, and it doesn't bother me really, because there's some truth in it. But
Yeah.
if I saw it, I'd be like, meh.
Yeah, I
I'd
wouldn't
probably
care
tell
either.
Abel about it, but I really wouldn't care. The reason we're talking about it now is because we had one of our beers and
Yeah.
it's
I don't-
raining outside.
They can hear that on the radio. I mean,
No,
on the,
so all right. So if you guys are hearing this in the
I got an
background,
update right now.
I
Oh,
got
Peter-
sunshine.
it's raining right now. In other words,
It's-
so there's a
it's
lot of noise.
pouring,
It's
dude.
pouring.
Yeah.
Peter had
The old man is
hail
snoring.
on the northeast
It's
side of
hailing.
town.
Dude, it was bad
earlier.
at my house. It flooded
Dude.
in like
Hey, why didn't you get a
seconds.
Ziploc bag and start collecting that hail? I told you,
We
man.
could have put it in.
It
up
sounds
here.
like it's hailing right now.
No, it's rain. I'm looking out the doggy door and I see rain.
Well, I can't.
But anyways, what's the update that you wanted to bring us?
Well, first of all, I don't know if I rolled up my windows, so I'm kind of shit.
No.
Second of all, so Dave got back at me because I had asked
Ooh,
him
ooh.
like,
What'd
hey,
he say?
what was like the full flavor? So he said it's an international pale lager with a fruity
Fruity.
I don't know if he said boutique of aroma.
Peter's not a good reader. He
and the
listens
hops
to
give it
Audible.
a slight citrus taste.
Yeah,
Which
I did get a citrus.
It's refreshing, right?
Yeah.
Like I told him, it's
Dude.
really good. Not a lot of carbonation in the ones we had, but he said it had to be like about a week more, and yeah, it was just he
Whatever the
explained
fuck it is
citrus taste to
delicious.
it. I told him it was really good, man. I
Whether
said
you're a
it's definite-
golfer like Pat, a
Oh wait,
teacher.
you gotta do this. Let's
okay,
do it. Let's
alright.
do it.
All right.
All right,
Go for
I
it,
keep cutting
Anthony.
you off.
Whether you're a golfer like Pat, a teacher like Peter and Abel, or a greasy mechanic like Anthony, pick yourself up a Pacific Street Lager from Sun Brewing Co. It's refreshing on a hot summer day.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a very good
That's
ad.
a good ad, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I
I'm
could
gonna do that
top
for myself.
Oh yeah.
What if I did it like the car commercial, like?
You got to do the Twisted Tea commercial.
Hi, I'm Twisted Pea. You want to get out? Just like yelling.
He just starts clapping. Yeah, beer.
We should do like a parody of all these commercials, but with our beer. You know what I mean?
We can.
Like Michael Gobin.
At the bottom, Michael Gopin is not a sponsor of the Middles Open podcast.
He does not approve of this message.
I don't know, man. I like it.
Yeah,
Fuck. But
it's raining cats and dogs out there.
dude,
It
yeah.
is, man.
Look, I'm looking.
It's like flooding. I can see.
Yeah, I'm looking out your little doggy door over there here at the TMO Studios, and fuck, man, that's a lot of water.
Hey, we needed it, man. We haven't had rain
Yeah, for real.
in a while.
I'm so happy that we're getting rain, because the other day I went to go play golf and there was like a spot where, like, even Peter said, like, man, that's all drought right there. There was a spot like where, like, off the golf course, it was just like cracked, you know? Like,
oh shit! The
like,
dirt was
the
cracked.
dirt
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
cracked.
Damn.
And I was like, holy shit, dude, we haven't had a good rain.
We haven't
El
had rain in
Paso.
at least 3 months.
No, man, it's been a while. I'm a little nervous though, because on Monday I got to go to Rio Doso to ski
Whoa.
ski Apache, the very top. And
They
it's supposed
say
to be
it's
raining.
supposed to rain all night
Yeah.
and tomorrow, all tomorrow.
Do you guys remember when we had that huge rain,
2006,
that
yeah,
2006 flood?
That was bad.
I wasn't here yet.
Dude.
I had just came back from San Antonio. I had just got my beret and badge from the military.
Nice.
My first thing when I got to home station was I had to fill sandbags and clean out. So the houses up in Alamogordo, the ones off the mountain,
Yeah, yeah.
it was like a landslide of mud. So in people's living rooms, there was mud to like 4 feet in their
Holy
house.
shit.
And we had to like dig out their house. We had to put sandbags because it was scheduled to rain again. It was It was the hardest work I ever did in the military. Putting sandbags is no joke, dude.
Is it?
But
Nah,
that was right after I came back from San Antonio. I came here while I was at El Magordo, and those floods happened, and it was sad, dude, because like 4 feet of mud in people's living rooms. It was crazy.
Damn.
Like walls were demolished, houses were
Yeah.
demolished. Like, remember the Blockbuster sign was going down Mesa?
Yeah. Well, and then I remember there were like a few sinkholes where
Yeah.
like cars were like
In the ground.
full cars were like in the fucking ground.
Yeah, there was semis that
Oh,
flipped over.
and
Like
it
the
was
water pushed semis
Holy
over.
Yeah.
shit.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
That's what's bad about the desert. When the ground's so hard, the
Yeah.
water has nowhere to go, so it just like,
Takes
Oh,
forever
yeah,
to
that
absorb
is
it.
true. I didn't think about
Yeah.
that, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, you are. You know who else
It's
is
that book.
You know who else is a genius? Dave from Sun
Dave.
Brewing. You know, he just made a beer for the Middles Open, us here on Pacific. It's called the Pacific Street Lager. And guys, let me just tell you, it is probably the best tasting beer ever. And it's definitely going to be our summer beer.
It's gonna be my winter beer
and
too.
I'm
Yeah,
looking at
for every beer.
I'm looking at Anthony. He's already trying to put in orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of stock right now.
Yeah, like are you going to break the bank, Anthony?
Probably. I'm gonna take a loan out.
A small business loan.
Dave, if you're listening, I'm gonna pull up in a U-Haul. All right,
Just fill it up.
to fill her up.
Dude. But like on
Pretty
a,
soon you're gonna see a brewery here in the studio. And Dave's gonna come in and make it for us.
like on a hot, humid day,
Like
there's
today.
nothing better
Nah, man.
than Pacific Street Lager.
You heard it here. It was a fruity and citrus. I mean, that's summer all. I mean, all day, right?
Yeah. Dude.
I mean, shit.
imagine taking this like fishing. Like you're just
On the
like
beach.
you're just like out there fishing, just like
Dude, you pour it in the water, the fish will probably come up to the water.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get your net.
That's good fish.
That's
bait.
how he tests it right there at the Rio.
Oh, look at Anthony,
Yeah.
always using that melon
Yeah,
of
yeah.
yours, man.
Shout out to Dave, man. You the
Nah.
man.
But
That's all I had. I'm gonna drink my other beer.
no, if again,
I know I finished this one and I'm craving another.
dude, I was gonna tell you guys. So again, I was looking like I shit on like social media and stuff. Back at the radio station that we used to work at, another like article that was like put out by one of our old coworkers, Peter, our old coworker. She talked about that people recently took a picture like near El Paso High, and they saw Ghost Girl. And then like it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it was like, "Hey, Ghost Girl,
Hey, that's
we
ours.
yeah, like we made Ghost Girl popular,
Yeah.
man.
How'd you leave
Yeah,
Pat's
yeah.
house?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
like
that's fishy.
Ghost Girl, like we
She
came
didn't graduate
up with
yet?
that. We're the ones that came up with that. But anyways, so these people took a picture near El Paso High, and in the background you see Ghost Girl in one picture, and then
should
another
trademark that.
person, a different person, took another picture, and you see Ghost Girl in that picture as well in the background.
In two
So-
separate pictures?
In two separate
Oh,
pictures
wow.
taken by two separate people.
At the same
Did
time?
anybody else see
No,
her?
not at the same time. But like,
Did they see her like when they took it, or it was like after the fact?
well, they saw it in the picture.
Hmm.
But like, I'm gonna send it to you guys right now, and I was like, holy shit!
Ghost
And
Girl.
I was gonna ask you guys, do you really think El Paso High is haunted? And here's one thing, because we talked to Ramiro, and he had mentioned that El Paso High didn't want that kind of
Publicity?
Publicity.
because I guess it's still an active school and stuff.
Yeah.
But what's that one? Ghost Adventures did they wanted to come and do an investigation. They said no. Ramiro wanted to do an investigation. They said no. So do you think Ghost Girl does exist, or they're playing up to the hype, but they just won't allow investigators to really go in and truly investigate?
Like you're
Because
saying it's like a
because it doesn't-
Scooby Doo, like
Because it
somebody's
doesn't. Yeah, because it
like the school's
doesn't
behind
exist.
it.
Because it doesn't exist.
Mm.
What do you guys think?
I think it really is haunted, and no matter what
It's
El
just
Paso High
old
wants.
as hell.
Yeah.
Like every building's haunted now.
I think it gets to a point where it's not coincidence anymore. Like, you might chalk it off to like, that person saw something, whatever. But like, I think the more people keep seeing it, like you can't dispute that almost.
I just sent it to the little
see.
group chat that we're in, so I don't know if you guys want to look at it.
Video.
But no, they're pictures, and
Pictures.
The-
and
so
Oh,
I
you sent
guess.
it on Facebook.
Well, I sent it the first two pictures, so where like I guess the person's blurred out. If you look at the bottom right corner, there's like kind of like a girl, I guess, like in a white gown, something similar to what you would see on The Exorcist. And then in the second picture, you see right there what looks to be maybe an open door or even a bookshelf or something, some kind of face. And then the very last one, it shows like that class photo of like a blurred out.
The famous one.
Yeah, that famous one that they've said they have no fucking clue who that is and stuff. But I don't know.
I'm always scared, like when I look at pictures and then like there's a building in the background or something, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh shit.
but
Have you looked at the Chicago pictures?
no, I have
All
not.
those buildings are old too.
Are they? Are they haunted?
I don't know.
But
You should look at them all.
like right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, Anthony's kind of showing off the pictures. That
Wait,
first,
is that girl? The girl right there in the group picture?
yeah, supposedly.
shit.
So like Anthony's showing off the pictures.
But-
That first picture is by David Pineda, and then I believe the second picture
how is nobody
is
sitting
by. Hold on,
Exactly. That's what I said.
I'm gonna give.
Because people say there was nobody sitting there, but there wouldn't be a gap that big.
Right?
That is true.
We've all taken
Peter is an investigator.
We've all
guys.
taken a panorama picture before, and I couldn't tell you who was to my
Danny
left
Rio,
or to my
Danny
right.
Rios was the other one. I just wanted to get those names out there because they're the ones that took the photos. Anyways, sorry, but say it again.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we've all taken panorama pictures, and I couldn't tell you who was to my left or to my right.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's another thing with panorama pictures. You move and it becomes
blurs you,
blurry.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like so many times, like even when we were in Chicago, I took a panorama picture, and all it takes is one fucking person to move, and then it fucks it up.
Fucked it up for everybody.
Stupid people.
Yeah, fucking ghosts and everything. So, but
I think we need to get Ramiro back in here.
we do. We need to reach out to him. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people we need to reach
We'll
back
give
to.
him a beer.
But dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a beer.
Tell 'em
yeah,
that this
you know
beer's
what,
haunted.
Peter? You think the beer's cold?
Yeah.
You guys ready
I
for
think we
round
should
two?
Wrap
It's-
this up. And
It's cooler than it is in here right now.
Yeah. How about we do this? We're gonna go. Peter, go ahead and get us round two, and then we're gonna give our last words, our final thoughts, like Jerry Springer and everything, and then we'll just wrap up the show. But Anthony, right now, as Peter's reaching into the ice chest of ours, any last thoughts, man?
Man, just I'm so grateful to Dave, man. I mean, he, like I said, we didn't ask for this. He just took it upon himself, and I mean, man, big shout out to him. I mean, shit. Like usually someone's like, "Hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar or something like that?" But like, no, I'm gonna put your faces on a beer. Like, I mean, come on, man. That's just awesome, man. Shout out to Dave. I wish him the best, man, and definitely gonna be a supporter of him. Oh man, it's ice cold.
Yeah. Well, yours is ice cold. Maybe Peter, give me the one that was just sitting up on top. It's kind of cold. It's still good though. But anyways, yeah. So that was Anthony's final thoughts. Peter, you're about to open your beer. Any last words before we wrap up this show?
Nah, man. I just think this weather's perfect for us to have our beer that Dave provided us. Sun Brewing, once they get going, everybody's got to go check them out. We want to go do something with Dave. And yeah, man, just grateful for the beer.
Yeah. So before I wrap up, I wanted to mention something. Last week we talked about the Friends and How I Met Your Mother, like which is the better show, not more popular, but which is actually better in terms of like quality of show. And I put a post. I put which is better show. And guess who won? I don't know if you guys saw the results of it, but guess who
No, I
won?
didn't. Tell me.
How I Met Your Mother is the better show.
How I
I'd
Met
go
Your
with
Mother.
that.
Yeah, and dude, I'm so happy because, like I said, I'm a How I Met Your Mother kind of guy. Friends, whatever. That was like before my time, just a little like maybe like 10 years before my time. But How I Met Your Mother won, maybe by like 3 votes. A lot of people actually went on our Instagram and voted, dude.
Really?
I was surprised of the turnout. But I was thinking, hey, if you guys can show a lot of support for a How I Met Your Mother Friends poll, I want you guys to go out to Sun Brewing when they open up and support our boy Dave. You can order whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Pacific Street Lager. It could be any of the beers
He's got
that
a lot
Dave.
of good beers.
Yeah, it could be any of the beers that Dave has on tap, and it's gonna be great. Great tasting beer. They're in Canutillo, Texas. It's Sun Brewing, guys. I have nothing else to say. This was the Middles Open.